Welcome back this morning at 8:23. Imagine teaching about the events of 9/11 to teenagers who were not born yet or just babies. Their perception of the day shaped by pieces of information and images gathered over the years.
Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Sujatha Jan, once a teacher herself, sat in on a high school class this week as students learn about this very dark chapter in our nation's history.
How could this happen and how people suffered from this?
Some thought-provoking and haunting questions from 9th grader Kevin Gottner, who first learned about 9/11 from his parents.
They just showed me a picture and then they were just like, this happened while I was in my mom.
Gottner is one of 15 students in Basha Maselik's freshman history class this year. She's been teaching about 9/11 since it happened. Over the years, her lessons have evolved and now include this painting, which has a local touch. It hangs in the New Britain Museum of American Art.
It's a way for students to see a tragedy and not so much of a tragic viewfinder, because even though so many people died and there was a lot of very tragic deaths of the people coming out of the buildings, this lets them think about it and not get so upset. What do you see in the background of your picture?
The lesson was a tough one, a mix of photographs from the aftermath of the attacks and poignant letters written by families, giving students a deeper sense of the devastation.
Just shock. You were just shocked to see that this could happen to to the United States, and how people were just caught off guard, and how much destruction it took.
They found all kinds of stuff, but nothing ever whole, because when the explosion happened and when the building fell.
Maselik says that she shows a documentary at the end of the year. The final chapter of their history book is on 9/11. Students say they aren't sure how they will feel seeing it.
It depends on the viewer. It's a terrible day, but if you're up to see what happened and how people felt and how everything went, then it's a good video to see.
Maselik says her hope is not only to teach her students about the events of that horrible day, but the resilience and strength that came after.
I think easing into it and not flashing those horrible pictures helps the students, I think, understand that this was a really sad day. It was a really sad day, and I think people need to remember that.
In New Britain, Sujatha Jan, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
More than 160 people who are either from Connecticut or lived